Namaskaram. Today, I want to address a common confusion that many yoga practitioners face. You may have heard of breath of fire and Kapalabhati, two powerful breathing techniques that look similar on the surface, but are they really the same? The answer might surprise you, and understanding the difference could transform your practice. So let's dive deep into this topic and bring some much-needed clarity. Many people today are practicing yoga by watching a video here and there, and this is wonderful, but sometimes there is confusion, especially when two different practices look somewhat similar on the surface. Recently, the breath of fire was called the same as Kapalabhati. They are not the same. If you mix up these practices, you will neither get the benefits properly, nor will you understand the deeper science behind them. So let me bring some clarity. Let's start by looking at the source of these two practices. Kapalabhati is a yogic kriya described in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, an ancient text on yoga written about 600 years ago. It is one of the karmas, or 6 cleansing techniques, meant to purify the body and prepare you for higher states of consciousness. On the other hand, breath of fire comes from the Kundalini Yoga tradition, popularized in the West in the last century. Though it looks similar with sharp exhalations, its purpose, its rhythm, and its effect are quite different. Now, let's examine the technique of Kapalabhati. In Kapalabhati, the exhalation is active and forceful, while inhalation happens passively and naturally. The belly moves in and out with each breath. It is practiced in rounds, often with pauses in between. Kapalabhati literally means shining skull. When practiced correctly, it cleanses the lungs, oxygenates the blood, clears the nasal passages, and brings a certain brightness to the face and clarity to the mind. It is not simply hyperventilation, it is a cleansing kriya. Traditionally, it is practiced in moderation, as a preparation for pranayama and meditation. Moving on to the technique of breath of fire, as taught in Kundalini Yoga, it also involves rapid breathing, but the rhythm is continuous, like the bellows of a blacksmith. Both inhalation and exhalation are active, with a pumping motion of the abdomen. It is usually done along with specific postures, locks, and sometimes mantras. The intention is to awaken energy, to build heat in the system, and to move prana through the nadis, the subtle energy channels. So you see, the technique is different, the approach is different, and the purpose is different. Let us put it simply and look at the key differences. Kapalabhati, ancient Hatha Yoga kriya, forceful exhalation, passive inhalation. Cleansing technique for clarity and purification. Breath of fire, Kundalini Yoga practice, more recent in expression. Both inhalation and exhalation active. Used for energizing, heating the body, and awakening pranic flow. If you confuse the two, you miss the deeper science. Now, you might wonder why this confusion happens. On the surface, both look like fast breathing. If you only watch someone without knowing the inner mechanics, you may think they are the same. But in yoga, the intention and the subtle process make all the difference. Just as drinking water and drinking medicine may look similar, what it does to you inside is entirely different. I must remind you, these are not just physical exercises. They are powerful tools. If you practice wrongly, it can cause imbalances in the system. If you want to practice Kapalabhati, learn it as part of a proper Hatha Yoga program. If you want to practice breath of fire, learn it from a trained Kundalini Yoga teacher. Do not mix and match. Yoga is not about experimenting with fragments. It is a complete science, a living technology for inner transformation. So remember, Kapalabhati and breath of fire are not the same. Both are beautiful, both are powerful, but they serve different purposes. If you approach them with awareness and with the right guidance, they can take you to a higher possibility. But if you confuse them, you may end up with nothing more than dizziness and misunderstanding. Laughs gently, bring clarity to your practice, and clarity will naturally come into your life. Namaskaram.